Good evening, everyone. This is John Screaming Eamon here with PolyCrisis. I have who with me tonight?
Don Potter.
Luke Shaffer.
Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I appreciate it.
We appreciate it too.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. So you guys are a three-piece doom metal band. Who rounds out? Who's the number three piece here?
Brad Anderson, our drummer.
All right.
Awesome drummer. We love him. He fits us perfectly.
Yeah, it's a hell of a good sound you guys have. Tight. So I enjoy that album so far. So when was that one released?
And which one are you referring to? Nobody Dooms Like We Doom?
Yep.
Actually, that was a different drummer than Brad. That was Trent Pinnell, who was playing drums for us before. He's a good guy, but we felt that our songs needed some more flavor, so we got Brad in. We actually recorded some stuff with Brad recently. Hope to get that out soon. But yeah, Nobody Dooms Like We Doom was Trent Pinnell on drums. So
okay, and you have some other stuff out there other than Nobody Dooms Like We Doom, other than a couple of singles?
Yes, we also have another EP that we started out with called One Love.
Okay.
Me and Luke just did that ourselves, and we use drum software on that, but it sounds great. So, but a lot of that stuff, because it's kind of a weird story with us. We got, Brad was in the band from the get-go, and then we couldn't make it work with him, so we got Trent, and then Trent was in, and then we went back to Brad. So,
okay.
Brad, is very much a part of that One Love EP too. He had a lot to do with that. So that's kind of like his EP, even though he's not technically playing on it.
I gotcha. So a little history of the band. How'd you guys form?
I mean, we kind of go back to COVID, but I'd say we'd started actually playing as a band and a unit probably in 2022, 2023, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Probably about fall, winter of 22.
So the song Quarantine Blues obviously is a jab at the whole COVID business. You want to talk about that song a little bit?
Sure. I mean, that song's a part of the original five that I had come up with during the quarantine. I just decided, because I've always been like a singer, and I took up playing guitar during COVID, and I was writing these songs, and bringing Luke in, and that's kind of how it spawned. And quarantine, yeah, is definitely about that. But I didn't want to write one that was like what everybody else was going to write, so I did my lyrics are a little different.
Yeah, it's a good song. It is.
Thank you.
So with your writing style, what emotions do you hope listeners take away from?
It's kind of a tough one. We're such a broad spectrum when we write songs. We're not really one genre in time to everything. You know what I mean? We've got different things. It just depends on how the song comes about. So I mean, we've got songs that are more ballads. We got songs that are more like bluesy. Then we got doomier songs, and we got more metal songs. We've got kind of a plethora of different things that we do. I mean, it's hard to. We don't really stay at one avenue. We kind of don't want to be that band that finds one niche and that's all we do. We want to just write music to write music.
I gotcha. Yeah, you definitely can't pinpoint you guys as a doom metal band. Strictly.
No, we kind of actually lean towards stoner. I would think, like doom. Yeah. That's why it's like Nobody Dooms Like We Doom, because we do have some doomy elements, but I think it's more towards the stoner side. I kind of like consider stoner grunge is what because a huge influence of mine is Alice in Chains. You probably hear that throughout One Love, especially.
Yeah.
But like lyrically, we're really eclectic too. Some of our stuff could be a little political, not really. We don't get too political. I try to stay away from that, but there's stuff like that tells stories, like the actual song Nobody Dooms Like We Doom, or Party at the Moon Tower, or songs that tell a story. We have a newer song called Alien Armada that's not on that album, but that's that's about aliens. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're all over the place, but sometimes I like to get into the dark side, like Alice would do.
Yeah.
The emotions. So
So
we got a lot of songs like that too.
who does the majority of the writing, or is it collaborative?
It's very collaborative musically and occasionally lyrically, but I think I do most of the lyrical content. Um, but usually, I'll bring in some riff ideas, and then Luke will help me form it and shape it, and he'll come up with other parts, and yeah, he's my co-pilot, is what I call him. So we're we're partners, man.
Yeah. So how does the song process, the writing go? I mean, do you start with lyrics or do you start with a riff?
We've kind of done both, but a lot of the stuff that Potter brings to the table, he's usually has his words down, what he wants. It may not be finished yet. But it may be a verse or a chorus idea. But usually we've wrote both ways. We wrote from just having riffs, and then we wrote from having words. I guess
Yeah,
it just depends.
I'll bring in riffs and lyrical ideas to go with it, but uh, I really like to leave things open ended because I want the whole band to be involved in the writing process, and because
All
they're
right.
they're they're both better musicians than me, so I need to leave it leave it open. So like I said,
So
I
you,
started off as a singer, and I just took up guitar seriously, 6 years ago, and I've come a long way, but I'm still not even remotely as good as these guys we're playing with night in, night out when we do play shows. These guys blow me out of the water, but I just go up and do my thing. I go up and I make noise with my guitar, and I sing. That's where my weapon is, my voice. So I use it to the best of my abilities.
yeah, well, it's a passion, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So can't go wrong when you're following your heart. That's for damn sure. So, other than Alice in Chains, you have any other major influences when you're writing?
Yeah, like Pantera, Down, Corrosion of Conformity is a big one for me. Um,
Okay.
you can go ahead next.
Yeah, I mean we got Black Sabbath, Chili Peppers, Megadeth, Metallica. You know what I mean? We come from old school where we listen to our CD
Yeah.
jackets had. I went everywhere from Frank Sinatra all the way up to hardcore rap. I had everything to
Yeah.
listen
We're definitely old school.
to.
We're
Yeah.
all little long in the tooth, but we've had a lot of experience and been in other bands. But this is kind of like I don't. I think it's just like almost like retirement. Like we're doing something we love now. It's not
Yeah.
like trying to be rock stars and shit like that. When you're younger, this is just more about three guys getting in a room together and trying to create the best possible music they can.
Oh, but drama free. Nothing like back
Yeah,
in the day where
Yeah.
used to be in a band. It was always like a bad relationship where it's like, oh
yeah.
God, I got to go to
Everybody's in a
practice
good
today.
mood when they come to practice, and it's. And then if somebody's going through something, we're there for them. We're family.
Yeah.
So
That's good to hear. Um, what song out of your catalog means the most to each one of you guys? Like, which one hits you the hardest?
That's a tough one.
I mean, I can go first. I got one.
Well, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go first. Drinking with Demons.
Okay.
That is about my best friend um, who passed away in 2020.
Sorry to hear
And
that.
yeah, thank you. He was an awesome dude. He was a guitar player in my older band, Destracore. He was a great guitar player. Um, Ironically, he did not die of COVID, but the song's pretty self-explanatory, and it has an accompanying video too. Uh, like I said, we didn't have a drummer at the time, so it's just me and Luke doing the performance part of it. But there's a acting piece in it too that kind of depicts his last days. What I seen in my mind, anyways, of his
Yeah.
last days on this planet. So um, yeah, so that song means a lot to me, and that was also one of the first songs that I wrote on guitar and lyrically at the same time. So it's special to me.
All right. Whoop.
I that's a tough one for me. I got a lot of them I like. I mean, I say for a music standpoint, one of the first songs I actually wrote that came up with the idea was probably a Better High. That was one of the first ones
Okay.
after Potter already had wrote. So that one's always going to be special because that's one of the first ones where I got to kind of add my own style into it instead of just the bass part. But
Yeah.
I'd have to say probably one of our more fun songs to play live and one that really hits. I like Trigger Band. Trigger
Okay.
Band's a really good song. So then that's a real that shows I think showcases our band almost entirely of the different dynamics that we can play. There's a lot going on in that song throughout the whole song.
That has a kind of a politicalness to it too. Uh, that's about Putin dropping the bomb on us. You know what I'm saying?
So, what's your next show? What's next for you guys?
This weekend, on Friday, we play at Duckfoot. It's a local little bar here in
the south side of the lake here.
South side of the lake in St. Mary's, and we're playing with some buddies of ours, The Shadow Within, and we're actually going to do a couple sets. So we're going to cover a lot of originals and got a couple of covers. Not too many. We don't really do too many covers, but we got a few there for that night.
Yeah.
But mostly covering our two CDs and some newer ones.
Yeah. Do you get a certain is there a certain song that gets the best reaction of the crowd when they see you?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody dooms like we doom.
Yeah.
That we just had a show this past Friday, and like some guys were erupting right in front of us, just like when we started going into the main riff, and it was just like full on, like swinging your arms and kicking your legs, and and it's like, okay, I'm ready.
The young man's
let's go. Yeah, I'm like, I'm on stage, I'm safe.
Yeah. I'd be in the back
Sometimes.
watching. So here's what: do you prefer writing slow riffs or heavy breakdowns?
I just like riffs, like I would rather write riffs galore than try to write leads. I just, riff masters are my favorite, from Cantrell to Iommi to Pepper.
Yep.
The slow riffs are awesome, don't get me wrong, but a great breakdown is even better. like like the way Pantera used to do them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would say a breakdown, but a riff's a riff, and I love just trying to come up with the most unusual stuff I can come up with, like he complains about all the time.
So is there a punching bag? Is there a punching bag?
It's just he writes different, and it's his style sometimes is very hard because his beats are not normal, a normal guitar player style. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a different take on things, and it takes a little bit, so it makes me think a little bit more because sometimes the beats are in different spots from what you're used to. So the flow and the groove of the song, I got to kind of take a different approach of how I write my riffs. So it's not a bad thing though. It helps me stay on my toes to help me kind of just still not write in the pocket. You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah. Out of the box.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
well, I mean,
Don,
first. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you finish.
I was just gonna say my first band that I was in, that we wrote odd like that, and even though I wasn't writing riffs and stuff, I was just writing the words to it. It's still, when you write with somebody for so long, it tends to have an effect on you. And we always did out of the left field stuff all the time, and I think that I brought that with me to PolyCrisis.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite riff you've written for PolyCrisis?
Not really, but I mean, ones that come to my mind right away when you ask me was like the bridge to Nobody Dooms Like We Doom, right before the guitar solo. And then there's a song on One Love that that's real doomy. It's called drawing a blank.
No words.
No Words Without Wisdom.
Oh, damn good song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
That
I enjoy the groove on that one. That's a badass
that
song.
the riff on that one's really good. And honorable mention, Bleeding Hope. So
Bleeding Hope. Also Starving for Brotherhood. That one. You want to talk about that one a little bit? That one hit a little bit different for me.
yeah, that's another tribute to Heimer, Sean.
Okay.
The one I wrote about drinking. Me and him wrote that song together.
Okay.
And when me and Luke got together to do One Love, we were just like, well, what else can we put on this thing? And I was like, well, let's do this one. We'll throw it on here. You write the bass line. And I showed him the song, and it's a great song, and it's
Yeah.
basically the lyrics are about calling out to your brothers, man. Like life goes fast, and people move on, and you need to be close. You need to keep the ones that you care about close, and especially your brothers. Not just your wife and your family, but your friends.
Yep. I get it. So switch up a little bit. Talk about what you think the biggest hurdle for you guys has been so far.
As far as in general, just
Yeah, in
overall,
general, as a band, yeah.
I'd say probably the biggest feat that we have right here is trying to get the original scene around our area bigger than what it is, because we got to travel quite a ways to do the original scene. It's not, we get to play around here, but not as much as I'd like. People want, a jukebox. They want to hear a cover band. They want to hear songs that they can play on the jukebox, and that's fine and dandy. There's a time and place for that, but I think that people should understand that music is an art too. We got local and everything else. Why are you not
showcasing your original
original
too.
music? You don't have to like our music, but I guarantee you somebody in your friends list will. And what gets me,
and you're going to take something away from the show too.
Right. Well, not just that, is even supporting us. How hard is it to click a like or a share button? You know what I mean? Like, it costs you nothing. We're not asking for your money. We're just asking for a second of your time. And it's like, friends and family, it's sometimes it's too much for them. And it's like, we spend hours in here to get 20, 30 minutes in front of you guys, like hours to perfect this art. Like, we can play anybody's music, but we choose to make our own.
Yeah.
I think that should be respectful. I mean, do I like everybody's style of music? Absolutely not. But I'll go out and watch you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all need to support each other.
I agree.
I think, to me, that's my biggest hurdle that I think that, we face.
I think it, to me, and, I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but it's the pay for play model.
Yeah.
To get good shows, that's a hurdle too, because original, as original bands don't really make a lot of money. So
no,
we're basically just glorified T-shirt salesmen, right?
Sell that merch.
Yeah, but cover bands are getting $1,500 a night, and then we have to go, if we want to open up for a national act, we have to buy tickets. It don't matter how good you are or how bad you are. It's just, if you got that money, you can get on that bill.
Right. So instead of making money, we're spending. Yeah, just throw out a number, $600-700, and we got to try to recoup tickets when we're playing an hour or two away. How many people's going to travel that far?
Very true.
On a bill that features a country band and a cover band and a doom metal band, and it's like, why can't we play with other people of our genre? So I think that's a big hurdle that I think, but his point is well taken too. So
yeah. Finish the sentence for me. Let each one of you do this. Doom metal is what?
Stoner metal's cousin? I don't know.
That's the answer I was looking for. You gotta have fun with it, right?
Right.
Luke?
I'd say it's an art form. I mean, it really is. I do metal. I mean, you got to think, the godfathers of it all. You talk of Black Sabbath. That first time that you ever heard Black Sabbath and really delve deep into it, that was life-changing experience for me. A part of you, people thought, that was devil music at first. You're like, is this wrong to listen to? But it sounds so right. You know what I mean? Like, and then you get really deep into it. You're like, this is awesome. Because it wasn't, it wasn't cookie cutter stuff. It wasn't glam rock. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It was something that was truly inspirational. It was entirely different.
Yeah. It wasn't shit you heard every day on the radio.
Right.
Yeah. Then you get Electric Wizard and bands like that I love. And, leaning towards the stoner side, like Woe, Fat, and Sleep,
Yeah.
These are great bands and a lot of fuzz on their guitars. And I think that's another thing that Doom and Stoner have a lot in common is the fuzzy guitars. So, and I love that. So
and then what? Sleep makes a 1-song album, 45-minute long.
I think it's 2, but yeah, you're right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's riff after riff. That's what Doom and Stoner's about. And I think that's why we love it. We love the riff. Power of the riff compels us, as Down would say.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
So, you guys, before we wrap it up, do you guys have a message for your fans?
No, just, we love you and keep supporting us and supporting local music. There's lots of great local bands out there, and don't just support us. Go out there and support other artists and does not just musical, just any kind of artist, Yeah. So yes, support local.
Yep. Support local and stay humble.
All right. Guys, it's been fantastic chatting with you this evening. You guys have a great night.
All right.
We'll be
Thank
in touch.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
You're very
We appreciate
welcome.
it.